I have spent the last 3 decades studying the aging human mind, and there is one single terrifying truth that has shaken me to my core. It's a secret that the 99% don't know, and it's the reason millions of Americans are struggling. If you've started forgetting names, losing your car keys, or if your thinking feels like walking through mud, I need you to listen closely. Most people blame themselves, assuming this mental decline is a personal failure, that it's just getting old. But I'm here to tell you, you are not failing. You are being starved. Your brain is slowly, silently dying of hunger. And here is the truly explosive part. The same deadly process is simultaneously destroying your eyesight. This is not coincidence. It's a catastrophic nutritional emergency. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, I will reveal the 3 common overlooked pantry staples that are the only stable fuel source your brain and eyes need to fight back, and why 9 out of 10 people in the US are ignoring them. Now, let's talk about the biological connection that is being ignored by mainstream medicine. Your retina, the light-sensing tissue at the back of your eye, is not just an extension of your body, it is scientifically an outpost of your brain. It was literally formed from fetal tissue during fetal development. That means when your vision starts to fade, when those smaller fonts get fuzzy or your eyes get tired faster in the afternoon, it's a massive, flashing warning sign that the health crisis has already begun inside your skull. You ignore your eyes at the peril of your mind. Both your brain and your retina are absolute power hogs, demanding an intense, constant supply of clean energy, specifically oxygen and glucose. When that fuel line flickers, these 2 tissues are the first to crash. And here is the modern tragedy. The American diet, loaded with refined carbs and sugars, creates a devastating blood sugar roller coaster. It spikes your glucose high, floods your system, and then it drops it so low that by 3 p.m., your precious neurons are essentially choking, gasping for the fuel they need. This is the silent starvation I'm talking about. You are not eating less, you are eating the wrong things, creating instability that the aging nervous system cannot handle. So, how do we stop this nutritional disaster? We introduce 3 simple ingredients that provide the clean, stable, long-lasting energy your brain is begging for. We're starting with a powerful brain and eye fuel that 90% of Americans undervalue and underconsume: black beans. They don't look glamorous, but their power is undeniable, especially for seniors battling brain fog and blurry vision. The reason is simple but life-saving. Black beans are packed with complex carbohydrates. These carbs don't dump glucose into your bloodstream all at once. They release it incredibly slowly and steadily, maintaining a continuous feed to your neurons without the spike and crash. For a senior brain, this gradual energy release is not just helpful, it's vital. Studies show that as we age, our brain's ability to metabolize glucose drops dramatically by up to 20%. If you don't give it the right fuel, the lights simply start to go out. Black beans are the slow burn lifeline that keeps that light on. Because of their high fiber and something called resistant starch, black beans stabilize blood sugar for hours. This keeps both your brain and your retina operational without strain. Furthermore, black beans are rich in magnesium, a mineral crucial for neurotransmitter function, the brain's ability to adapt, make new connections, and repair itself. One Harvard study indicated that older adults with higher dietary magnesium intake had a nearly 37% lower risk of cognitive impairment. And for your vision, the dark color of black beans comes from compounds called anthocyanins, potent antioxidants that shield the cells of your retina from inflammation and oxidative stress. A clinical trial showed that consuming anthocyanin-rich foods can measurably improve contrast sensitivity and retinal thickness in adults over 60. This isn't just about preserving sight, it's about actively repairing it. Think of an everyday American senior, maybe like Mrs. Eleanor Vance from our Senior Secrets community in Ohio. She started adding black beans 3 times a week, and within 2 months, her afternoon mental slump vanished and she no longer needed to supersize the font on her phone. Just a simple food, no expensive prescription, no magic bullet, just good biology at work. Start by adding them to your eggs, mixing them with brown rice, or making a simple black bean salad with olive oil. Your gut will thank you, and your brain will thank you. We are now moving from stable energy to the chemistry of the brain. While stable fuel is essential, it's not the only thing starving your mind. As we age, something subtle but devastating begins to decline: are neurotransmitters. These are the chemical messengers that allow your brain cells to communicate. The key player here is dopamine, the molecule responsible for focus, motivation, learning, and even happiness. Low dopamine means slow processing, mental fatigue, and that frustrating fog when you struggle to recall a name or follow a fast conversation. This is where the humble chickpea steps in. Chickpeas are a natural whole food dopamine booster, not by containing dopamine itself, but by being rich in the precursors your brain needs to manufacture it. The main actor is tyrosine, an amino acid found in chickpeas that is non-negotiable for dopamine synthesis. Research suggests that adequate intake of tyrosine can improve cognitive performance under stress and enhance working memory in both young and old adults. But tyrosine is only half the story. Chickpeas are loaded with vitamin B6, the crucial co-star needed to convert tyrosine into dopamine. Without B6, the assembly line breaks down, dopamine production stalls, and your brain doesn't fire as it should. Unlike the fast spike and crash you get from some animal proteins, chickpeas offer a slow, balanced release. This steady-state fuel avoids the high and low waves that leave you wiped out by mid-afternoon. Furthermore, chickpeas support the production of serotonin, the well-being chemical, through their rich supply of tryptophan and folate. A study has linked pulse consumption in older adults with lower rates of depression and improved mood regulation. Don't forget the eyes. Retinal cells rely on precise chemical signals to process light and send visual data. B6 and folate are critical for this process, and deficiencies are linked to visual fatigue and even degenerative conditions over time. Chickpeas deliver this folate in a highly bioavailable whole food form. Roast them for a crunchy snack, mash them into hummus, or toss them into any salad. They are one of the most complete neurochemical powerhouses you can eat. Finally, let's shift from energy and chemistry to inflammation. For the aging brain and eye, inflammation is the silent destroyer. It erodes your cognition, dulls your sight, and accelerates neural degeneration, often without any pain or visible sign. You feel it as slowness, a lag in your reaction time, or just constant eye strain after reading. Inside, your cells are struggling to survive in a toxic environment. Here enters edamame. These young green soybeans look innocent, but they are one of the richest dietary sources of plant-based anti-inflammatory compounds specifically tailored to protect neuronal and retinal tissue. Their secret weapon is the class of compounds called isoflavones. These have been shown to suppress inflammatory cytokines, the chemical messengers that promote inflammation in both the brain and the eye. Two of the most destructive inflammatory markers linked to both Alzheimer's and macular degeneration are IL-6 and TNF-alpha. And studies have shown that adults consuming soy foods rich in isoflavones had significantly lower levels of these markers. Edamame is also packed with vitamin K1, which supports microvascular health. A decline in blood supply is one of the earliest triggers of nerve aging, and researchers have noted that higher K intake was associated with significantly slower cognitive decline in adults over 70. And then there's lutein. Think of lutein as your internal sunglasses. It's a yellow pigment that accumulates directly in the eye's macula and the brain's visual cortex, shielding light-sensitive cells from oxidative damage. A clinical trial demonstrated that participants who took 6 milligrams of lutein daily showed measurable improvements in macular pigment density and visual sharpness in just 8 weeks. Edamame is one of the few legumes that naturally delivers this bioavailable lutein.
Steam it lightly with a touch of sea salt, toss it into stir-fries, or mix it into dips. It's light, easy to digest, and incredibly versatile, making it perfect for seniors looking to improve their eye-brain health through real food. This is what happens when you stop fueling the inflammation and start nourishing the tissue. The inflammation doesn't go away on its own. You have to disrupt it, and edamame does exactly that. naturally and profoundly. When you combine the stable blood sugar of black beans, the dopamine support of chickpeas, and the deep inflammation control of edamame, you create a total 360-degree neurological support system. You might be wondering, how do I add this without turning my kitchen into a science lab? The great news is that healing your brain and eyes doesn't require a complicated diet. It requires one simple principle. Consistency trumps intensity. You don't need to eat all three every day. Here's the simple rhythm I recommend to our Senior Secrets Health 365 community. Choose 3 non-consecutive days a week, and on each day, incorporate just one of these legumes into a meal. Maybe black beans on Monday, chickpeas on Wednesday, and edamame on Saturday. The days don't matter. The habit does. Keep the preparation simple. Black beans can be mixed into scrambled eggs, blended with olive oil and lime juice for a quick dip, or added to a warm rice bowl. Chickpeas are perfect for roasting into a crunchy, spiced snack, or blended into a homemade hummus. Edamame is the easiest. Steam for 5 minutes, sprinkle with salt, and enjoy as a side dish or snack. To boost the benefit, always add a healthy fat like olive oil or an acid like fresh lemon juice, which aids absorption. Spices like turmeric or a pinch of pepper also add flavor while fighting inflammation. The bottom line is this: every time you reach for one of these foods, you are not just eating, you are investing. You are choosing to fuel your brain instead of draining it. You are telling your body, I still care about how I think, how I feel, and how I see the world. And that message, spoken through action rather than just words, can change everything. If you've stayed with me until this point, I want to leave you with one final crucial thought. You are not broken. You are not getting old. That fog, the forgetfulness, the strain behind your eyes, it is not a mysterious sign of inevitable collapse. It is a signal, a quiet, insistent signal that your brain and your eyesight are starving for nutrition. Not because you did something wrong, but because no one ever taught you how to properly feed them. The truth is, we have been conditioned to believe that cognitive decline is inevitable, but that is a lie. What we eat, how we move, and how we care for ourselves matters far more than we've been told. And sometimes the most powerful cure begins with the most common food. 3 legumes. Black beans for stable energy, chickpeas for chemical and mood support, edamame for deep tissue anti-inflammation. They are not magic, but they don't have to be. Your body already knows how to heal itself. It just needs the right fuel to remember. You are not losing your mind. You are simply running low on the nutrients that sustain it. And the great news is, now you know exactly where to find them. Start small. Add 1 new legume this week. Give your brain and your eyes a reason to believe that support is finally coming. It is never too late to think more clearly, to see life with new eyes, and to begin the process of getting your true self back. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to subscribe to Senior Secrets Health 365 right now. Hit that like button and share this with anyone you care about who is struggling with fog or fading sight. We walk this path of healing together, one step, one meal, one truth at a time. Thank you for watching, and stay well.